You are tuned in to episode 138, 138, the Goodfellas podcast. Your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Got my main man with me, Boxing First Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless, aka Mr. 1K in the building. What's going on, big bro?
Oh man, I'm a little hot under the collar right now. You know what I mean? So from time to time, bro, I don't know. I guess fighters react to some things I say wrong. You know what I mean? Because nothing I say towards them is disrespectful. Because I respect all boxers, but we still men. So you coming at me on some man shit, bro, and I don't know, bro. I need you to put them tweets up, bro.
Let me segue.
Yeah, bro.
Let me segue into that. Man, we got family in the building already, man. Say what up, fellas. J.O. in the building, man. Big shout out to J.O. You know what I'm saying? Red carpet out for J.O. for sure. Outside of what Vlog's getting ready to talk about in terms of his interactions on Twitter, big news came out. Adrian Broner signed with Black Prime Network. And there's a lot of subtle things that I need for people to pay attention to with that move. And this move really exposed a lot of people in terms of whether they're fans of Al Heyman, PBC, or they're fans of just a black movement. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so we definitely gonna get into that. Keyshawn Davis is making his rounds in the streets, definitely talking his talk. So we're gonna get into that as well. Jo said Black Prime trying to make some noise. Now they definitely trying to make some noise. We're gonna get to that in a minute, but my man Boxing First Vlog, like in this boxing media realm that we're in, obviously we have conversations with fighters and things like that. And it can get dicey, especially on certain platforms. And let's just say Boxing First Vlog had a little small interaction with a Sonny Edwards. Sonny Edwards is 18-0 right now as a fighter. But it was a little interaction, a little chit chat going on Twitter. So I actually want to give my man Boxing First Vlog the floor, and I'm gonna put the tweet up on the screen, and I'm gonna read it off, and then I'm gonna let Vlog just do what he do. So let me pull this up, and this is my first time actually like really looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be looking at this right along with you guys. Hold on a second. Can you see it? Can you see it on the screen, bro?
No.
You can't.
Oh, now it's up there. It's up there.
Okay. Yeah. So basically this is my Twitter, basically. And this is just a quick interaction between Sonny Edwards, my man Michael Johnson, Boxing Talking More, man. Big shout out to Mike, man. It's definitely family. And Boxing First Vlog. So I'm gonna read this off. Sonny Edwards says, "Can't believe I be on here arguing with people whose salaries is less than my tax bill. Love this app." Michael Johnson responded and stated, "Wouldn't have the tax bill that you have if it wasn't for us fight fans." True statement. Boxing First Vlog responded, "These dudes need to be a bit more humble at times." Factual statement. Let's see. Now,
I retweeted his shit. He hit me and I retweeted it.
So Sonny Edwards says your bio makes you one of the most qualified men in boxing. I should listen to you. Um, I'm
Now, that's
gonna.
where I want to get in at. That's where I want, yeah, let me cook. Let me cook. Let me tell this dude something, Playboy. You got to check more than that bio to find out about me. Now, what about me that you should listen to? You'll never witness half the shit I survived. Don't let that donut on your record get you twisted with what happened in these streets. So if you G5ing like that and you balling like that, you can slide to my side of the planet and we can discuss it mano a mano. I had you changing professions. You understand what I'm talking about? You'll turn into a track star fucking with me. So beat your feet or be respectful when you're dealing with me on this platform, homie. I'm not that guy. I'm the other guy. I'm the guy you don't want no problems with. Clown ass dude, man. Him and any of these other dudes that be coming at me as if I'm the rest of these Michael Benson ass cats, man. No, my dude, this is real life, homie. Don't let them words you barking on this internet that you won't say in my circumference. You're not gonna say that around me, my dude. You're not gonna talk to me like that. It's just not happening. I'm telling you to your face. You can see my face. You can see I'm not even out here pumping myself. I'm just telling these cats, stop doing that. I didn't come at this dude no disrespectful way. You coming at me as if that bio represents who I really am. That just represents me on this boxing platform, on this boxing world, bro. I walk in the real streets every day, and I'm a big stepper, homie.
Oh, hey, vlog,
Clown.
real quick, vlog. So it's people coming in, they don't know what's going on. Big shout out to Willie G in the building, man. Said, what's good? What's good, Willie G? He said, what's happening, vlog? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over it again. Um, so we can get like a clear understanding. So basically, this is the series of events. So basically, the topic right now is basically it was a back and forth between 18-0 boxer Sonny Edwards and my man Michael Johnson boxing talking more. Big shout out to him and Boxing First Vlog. So I have it on the screen right now. You can see it on the screen, vlog, because I'm on a different slide. Can you see it?
Yeah, man, it's still up there,
Okay.
man.
Okay. So
Yo, this
Willie
dude
G. So,
need my phone number, bro. He really do,
so
bro. Somebody need to shoot this dude my number.
so
Shane Boxing Lowdown. Somebody need to shoot this dude my number so he can really chop and I can shoot him some real game.
Yeah, so Sonny Edwards says, can't believe I be here arguing with people whose salary is less than my tax bill. Love this app. Michael Johnson, he said, wouldn't have the tax bill that you have if it wasn't for us fight fans. True statement. Boxing First Vlog. He said these dudes need to be a bit more humble at times. True statement. Hold on. So then we got the quoted tweet. Sonny Edwards said, your bio makes you one of the most qualified men in boxing. I should listen to you. And that's basically what we're responding to right now. So vlog, question for you. That message, was that a DM or was that just like a response within the, within the realm?
I don't know what it was. I don't get into all of that, bro. I get into what you talking and saying directly to me. I don't know what it was, bro. He shouldn't have said that shit to me. You could talk that way to anybody else you choose to. I don't know how they gonna react, but you see how I get down. My get down is a real man get down, bro. We could talk like gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster shit. It's that simple. It's heads or tails with me. I kept it respectful. I thought men should humble themselves. I'm a man. I've been humble, bro. What you talking about, bro? I ain't got no zeros on my record. So I ain't that head in the clouds ass dude that don't know it get frisky. It get real frisky in these streets, Playboy. And if you G5ing like that, if your tax bracket like that, come discuss it with one of these lames, one of these poor people, and see how that conversation go for you. Tired of these dudes, bro, acting like they above us, man. What, bro? You walk and put your pants on just like I do. You got to put your shoes on just like I do. It's how you really getting busy in real life. Don't let the boxing ring and the gyms and all of that act like this real life, bro. You got to go to the store, homie. You got to go to the park. You got to put gas in your car. bro, this real life, bro. I'm just telling you, man. It's steppers, it's spinners out here, homie. Don't talk as if real life can't run up on you.
Yeah.
Talk as if you know for a fact that, I may not be I shouldn't be too disrespectful. I don't know who's gonna take it sideways. And I'm just lumping everybody in. And then you talking about you check my bio if that represents who I am, bro. Then you gotta look up more than that bio, bro. You better ask about me, my dude. I've been on this moon or this planet way longer than you, spinning many more moons than you have, Playboy. So you really can learn something from me. I'm a true solid man, homie, all the way around, bro. I don't do no grimy shit. I ain't disrespectful, but I'm 10 toes down when somebody else is. When somebody else is, I'm with the function, I'm with them activities. Are you? Or are you just on Twitter trying to clown and get more likes? I ain't on there trying to clown. I'm on there conversating with my mans. I wasn't even talking to this dude. I commented on my man's tweet.
Big shout out to
fucking goofball,
big shout out to
bro.
Michael. Big shout out to
fucking
Michael Johnson
goofball
too, man. You know what I mean? That's fam.
Man, he a goofball, bro.
Willie G.
I don't know who this dude think he is, bro.
Willie G said internet trolls ain't about that life, bro. Don't sweat it, vlog. Modern King Boxing, man, said peace to you, King, man. Appreciate you jumping on, man, for sure. I had to let my man cook a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
I got word of it right before we went live. So I'm hearing the story right along with you guys. And you know what I mean? This big bro. So I talk to him every day, but we both was running around, busy today. So we didn't get a chance to really chop it up. So I kind of got the tail end of things before we went live. So I got the story right along with y'all. And these are some of the things that, we deal with, in terms of just being, fans and, just media people and all of that. And to be honest with you, some of these people, they be some of the most sensitive people in the world, man. Like it's just like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's real crazy. Modern King said
I'm sensitive too, bro.
Yeah, he said making my rounds
too, bro, but I'm only sensitive ones that hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm sensitive too, but I'm sensitive when it comes to men crossing another line with a man. You could cross that line with these trolls and the rest of these dudes. I'm not in a bracket. I am a real man. I ain't got no problem having the discussion with you face to face. And again, like I said, if it come to them activities, it come to that. What you think, this would be the first party I had to rock? Come on, Playboy, stop it, man. Just stop talking like you, like, bro, I can't stand it. It irks me to my core because they ain't been through nothing. They ain't experienced nothing that'll teach them to be a little bit different, bro. As good as I am at what it takes to really survive, I don't go around pressing nobody. I'm not running around trying to punk. I ain't hollering at nobody. This dude got me irate. It's been a couple other dudes since I've been in these boxing streets that have got me irate. And I done had my ones and twos with it. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, because I ain't been out of pocket. I'm just addressing you being out of pocket. That's all I'm doing.
Right. Yeah, and the thing is, and it's just people are like everybody has the points where it just strike a nerve, but it's just a lot of these boxers be like hella sensitive social media wise, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, everybody's not the, just the, the typical nerdy media dude is following people all over the place for a quote. Like we don't really get down like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's nowadays it's different elements of media people. So you can't just be saying whatever you want to people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we got to keep things, and this is just overall, just especially, for these fighters, like you got to give it out the way you're getting it. You know what I'm saying? If it's real talk, but it's respectful, then you should give out real talk and it's respectful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it should go, but we run into this all the time, man. Like, but I had to let my man cook on that real quick. know what I'm saying? Modern King, he said, making my rounds, 100 been subbed already. Man, big shout out to you, bro, man. Appreciate that, man, for sure. Hey, Modern King, drop your link for your channel, man. So, you know what I'm saying, everybody can sub to your joint. My man, Fast Classic in the building, man. That's my bro right there, man. Big shout out to Fast Classic. Willie G said, yo, I got a boxing question. Why Tank and Brian fighting at a catch weight or talking about a catch weight? They're both fat. They're beyond the 135, bro. It's just they're beyond the 135. Tank is what, 27 now? He's like 27 years old. The older you get, you know what I'm saying, the harder it is for you to lose that weight. And Tank is really at a crossroads right now because Tank like hella short. Yeah, so he can't go up too much in weight because he gonna be facing dudes as like 5'10, 5'11, 6 feet, and he like 5'4. You know what I mean? But the reason for the catch weight is because both of them are just they're outgrowing 135. They're outgrowing 135. If you've seen Ryan Garcia against Manuel Tagu, that fight was at 139. He was definitely a junior middleweight in that fight, like for sure. And Tank, we all know Tank is pretty heavy during his off season. So a lot of his camps be, let's keep it real. A lot of them be fat camps. You know what I'm saying? He been bouncing around between 140, 135, and even 130. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting older in age, so you want to kind of slow down on cutting all of that weight. So if he can get fights around that 140 area, I think that'd be best for Tank, because you want to see Tank at his peak inside of the ring, not weight drained or anything like that. So that's why they're having those discussions, Willie G. But we gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this boxing talk. We had to get that out the way real quick. Biggest news of the day, man. Adrian Broner signs a deal with Black Prime Network. And from what I was reading, is basically a 3-fight deal. He's gonna get paid basically over $10 million. I guess combined for these fights. And actually Blue Blood Sports TV was the one that actually announced it. He has some type of business venture with Black Prime Network. And I'd actually want to speak on that for a quick moment, right? So Vlog and I really don't get into like the other channels and like what's going on, but we're all YouTube channels, personalities, and we're trying to take it to the next level. So whether you're a fan of Blue Blood Sports TV, not a fan of Blue Blood Sports TV, like his name is like right in the mix with the biggest news going on in boxing right now. Whatever his business ties are, you gotta salute the YouTube guy that's getting his name in the mix in the mainstream side of things. So I don't know him, you know what I'm saying, but big shout out to you for making the moves that you're making, because I know I can't get Broner on camera in front of a Black Prime Network. So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely respect it, man. So big shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV for, you know what I'm saying, getting yourself in the mix, bro. Like for sure. But he said, hold on, Modern King. He said, it's my name, Modern King Boxing. So we definitely gonna subscribe to Modern King Boxing. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So I'm gonna definitely do that after the show is up. My guy, the hottest dude in the game right now, man. YSM Sports Media. Big shout out to him. He said, why is AB signing such a big deal, or am I just jetted towards new networks and boxing? Bro, I'm so glad you asked that question, bro. And this is what I wanted to get into. Let me put that back. Let me read that again for people that don't understand. Said, why is AB signing such a big deal, or am I just jaded towards new networks and boxing? Now, Vlog, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about it. Do you think, like, what's your just initial feelings on this situation? I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this yet.
I mean, we know the dude got bills, so I mean, he got to do something. Al and them ain't pressing him like that, so still got a viable name. take a chance on him. Why not roll the dice? You know, people like a controversial fighter. He would be that right now. You know what I mean? You know, we got some skills, hopefully still left. They definitely got to match him up right. You know, try to give him a cupcake or something, build him up a little bit before they throw him in. You know, I mean, a real fight that's gonna bring that you know, that site some money. Because just off top, I mean, it's a couple decent names. I ain't mad at them. You talking Bud and you talking Broner. It's a couple decent names, respectable names amongst. If you just want to say our culture, if you just want to leave it to us as boxing fans, black people, our culture, they respectable names. You know what I mean? For one reason or another, controversial or for pure skills.
So, YSM, to answer your question, bro, I think it's big news because not because of Broner signing. The big news is actually Al Heyman approved it. That's actually the big news. So I'm going to give people a little bit of history on this. Go ahead, Block.
Can I ask a question before you do that? Is this another Al Heyman affiliation?
I'm about to see.
We know what he does.
You're trying to steal my thunder and clouds, man. I'm about to get into that right now.
Okay.
I'm about to get into that right now. Okay. So check this out. So the thing with this, so this is not the first time an outside person has offered Adrian Broner a big amount of money or other PBC fighters a big amount of money. And it all comes down to whether Al Heyman says yes or no. That's just how their contracts are structured. So I'm going to take y'all down memory lane. At one point, Jay-Z was trying to get into the boxing game. Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? They offered him, if I'm not mistaken, a $40 million deal. Broner caught a lot of heat because he told Jay-Z and them to suck his you know what. Turned it down, right? At one point, when 50 Cent and them was trying to get into the game, they was trying to throw a couple coins at several fighters. And they were all Al Heyman guys. And Al Heyman said no to all of them. No to each and every one of them. So the story is Heyman approving it, which leads to Vlog's question, is this a partnership? Anything that Al signs off on, it's a partnership. We just don't know how deep the partnership is or how long the partnership is, but there's some type of partnership between Al Heyman and Black Prime Network. There's some type of, he's not going to sign off on this unless Vlog, let me I'm going to go to your question and I'm going to get into it a little bit deeper, bro. Eddie Hearn been trying to
already know how
long. Eddie Hearn been trying to sign Broner for how long? Couple years,
at least,
and
3 years. 3 years,
yeah. And Al Heyman said no the entire time. Said no the entire time. But a brand new company comes in, and all of a sudden he shines off on it. It's definitely a partnership between Al Heyman and Black Prime Network.
I'm gonna equate this to a political family, the Trumps. How the son-in-law is able to do international deals based on his affiliation with the president and things like that. So this kind of eeks to me like this might be a niece's husband or a daughter's husband and created this company or something of that ilk. You know what I mean? Where it's close in ties. Like I know this person, but quote unquote, they're not affiliated with PBC as far as payroll, you know, or anything, being like an employee of that actual promotion company. Right. And now they've created this, and it's just a quick link to get fighters. We ain't able to get busy against guys we don't want them to fight. So it's obviously guys on the PBC platform that he doesn't want Broner to fight. And, you know, you know what I'm saying? So I just believe, bro, like this is just a way to get these guys busy. It might be a way to find out how big Bud is. You see what I'm saying? Without them spending their own money.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
100%. And let me add on to that, bro. Let me add on to that. So here's the thing. So obviously when Bud said he was fighting Evan Nesian on the Black Prime Network, everybody went berserk, right? Now that they signed an actual PBC person and actually Al Heyman actually signed off on it, it's amazing how Black Prime Network is in a different light now than 2 days ago, right? They in a completely
yesterday.
And you said that yesterday. We said that yesterday.
I said it's a way for them to find out the value of Bud. Yep.
Right.
It was, and that's not, and again, they're not spending their money to find out.
But check this out though. So when the Terrence Crawford news came out, Al Heyman's name is not involved. All you heard was Blue Blood Sports TV, and he's taking on a fight against David Avenesian on Black Prime Network. People was like, what is Black Prime Network? What is this? What is that? Like everything about Black Prime Network in the deal was shitty. Now, all of a sudden, Adrian Broner, an actual PBC fighter, has actually signed with them, and Al Heyman has his hands on it. Now people are not as, negative as far as Black Prime Network. So I'm like, you got to really question where people alliances are. Are your alliances with whatever Al Heyman touches, or are your alliances with the actual moves that's being made? When Bud made the move and he's not an Al Heyman guy, everybody shitted on it. Let's keep it a bean. Broner is not half the fighter that Bud is. He made the same deal and people are saluting it. And the only difference between the two is that Al Heyman approved one and he didn't approve the other. So are you supporting Black? Are you supporting Al Heyman? Are you supporting both? Are you supporting the quality of fighter? Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's really putting people in a like, you got to make a decision. Like, what are you supporting really?
I mean, I think the bottom line is, are you supporting boxing? That's what the true bottom line of this is, because it might be some Black fighters involved that we're discussing in a quote unquote Black streaming network that we're discussing, but the heart of it is about boxing. Are you going to support the product of boxing through this new venture? That's what it boils down to me. You know what I mean? I understand it's a little bit of favoritism with fans, whether they like PBC, don't like PBC, that sort of thing. Excuse the jets over the head. You know how that go over this way. Anyway, like I was saying, as far as those other categories that you mentioned, yeah, people gonna fall in that realm. But the true heart of it has got to be: are you going to support the product of boxing? And is what they're going to do with Broner, that move with Broner, are they going to put out a good product that's worth supporting? You know what I mean? You average $40 a fight or a streaming service on there. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know what I mean? It's better names than what I believe Triller was giving us at $20 a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not mad at that. I would go with it. You know what I mean? It's better than 80. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. It's better than 80.
Right. So, and it's let me get in here real quick. Modern King said boxing fans 100, definitely. YSM, he's won one fight in 5 years and he just pulled out of a fight because of mental health. I get Crawford being big news, but AB, nah. So everything you stated, YSM, is definitely facts. The thing about it, like I said, it's the story within the story. I don't even think it's big, like huge news because it's AB. I think it's huge news because Al signed off on it. I think that's really why people are reacting the way they're reacting. I don't think people are reacting in a sense like, oh man, I can't wait to see Broner, back in the ring, boom, 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 boom. Like, I don't think people are reacting from that level. I think the real inside people in boxing, and YSM, you're one of the inside people in boxing. The second you seen this, you had to admit Al Heyman signed off on it, which means we got future business dealings between Al Heyman and Black Prime Network. That was the first thing I was thinking. I didn't think about who Broner was going to fight next, what weight class it was going to be, where it's going to be at, how much his check was going to be. My mind went straight to Al Heyman. What big move he has.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you really want to analyze this future, thinking this is like we believe it may be some sort of inside link that's able to bring these entities together, which I think family connection, something like that, because we've seen it on the political side. It's just part of the landscape of capitalism. You know what I mean? Nepotism is part of it. So, and again, I think it's just a way for Al to get guys busy where he's not putting them in the fire and spending money with, on cupcakes. You see what I'm saying? Like, he can get, keep these guys active. If they doing good on that platform, obviously he might put Broner in a big fight, part of that 3-fight deal that he has with Prime, that he'll come back to PBC, Showtime, pay-per-view, $80 type of situation. You know what I mean? Just depends on what he's looking like. You know what I mean? I'm in the garage, man.
Nah, you good.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing mentally. Like, while you was talking, I'm thinking towards the future, because to me it sounds like a way for him to shovel like the Charles Martins and the, you know what I mean? Like, maybe who's the guy that ain't been busy? What's the boy name? Damn, we ain't seen him in a minute. He lost against J Rock.
Talking about Jared Hurd.
What's the boy name, man?
Talking about Jared Hurd.
Somebody like that. This is a way this is a way for him to, get these guys paid, and he's not spending house money, so to speak.
Let me add on to that. Whether you are a PBC fan, Al Heyman fan or not, these are facts. Al Heyman needs networks. He got too many bodies, not enough dates. I don't care if you're the biggest Al Heyman fan in the world or the PBC fan in the world. Vlog, can you get him the analogy that you gave me off camera when we was on the phone? You remember that?
Al Heyman, Al Heyman is a dude. Like, I'm a hood nigga, I'm been thugged out many moons. So this analogy goes to that mindset, that platform. He's like a dude that got 30 bricks, but he's slinging nicks, nothing but nicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Out of one house, like, doing an 8-hour shift. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You spoon feeding the environment, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You really closing at 6?
Yo, bro. You know the thing that's crazy, man? Like, he has a couple hundred fighters. Like, he has a couple hundred fighters, and he literally only has one full-time network. Showtime is the only full-time network that he can go to. Fox is part-time. It don't matter what their budget is, whatever the case may be. Fox is part-time. And the reason why Al is putting so many fights on pay-per-view is because he don't have the slots. He don't have the networks to actually front some of this bread. So what's happening is he's taking some of these fights, he's putting these cards on pay-per-view, and he's laying the bill in front of the boxing fan and asking us to pay it. Vlog, am I lying? Is that not a fact?
I mean, that's a fact the way he's doing it, but I'm not going to say it's just another move to try to keep the business afloat, bro. It's a business move.
Understood.
So you're putting it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's the way you described it, a way we could see fault in that move. You know what I mean? No, it's just because, like you said, I ain't saying you saying that, but just in general, people might take it as, oh, well, he putting it on me. That's not fair. Like, it's not a real fault thing. It's just the way the course of him having such a large stable and no venues for these stables, so to speak, meaning a streaming venue or visual venue for these guys, not a fight venue.
Yeah, it's 100% facts, and that's what I was actually leading to, because it's just people energy. It's not the reason why people rock with me, and the reason why people rock with Vlog, and the reason why people rock with Shane is because, like, we ain't got no picks, bro. We ain't got no picks. Like, I say this all the time. I'm not team Bob Arum and Top Rank. I'm not team Al Heyman and PBC. I'm not team Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. I'm team right and wrong, and team make sense and don't make sense. Those are two teams that I'm on. I'm like, if it makes sense, I'm gonna call it. If it don't make sense, I'm gonna call it. If something's right, I'm gonna call it. If something's wrong, I'm gonna call it. It don't matter who it is. And I said that to say this, bro. There's a lot of people that said that they had a problem with Terrence Crawford and David Avenesian being on pay-per-view. Vlog, these is the same niggas that purchased Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz. These are the same people that purchased Andy Ruiz and Chris Areola.
Bro, let's be real, bro. We're purchasing every fucking fight to a certain extent. Only that's quote unquote the fights that PBC has put on network Fox television, which is pretty much free if you got an antenna and you know and some electricity. That being said, we really do pay for these fights in general. Some fights range more based on what's happening on that promotional landscape. Is this dude hot? Is he ready for pay-per-view? So now it's going to cost us to see this young warrior in his next fight, this KO artist or whoever. So we really paying for the fights in general. ESPN Plus not free. Your cable bill for regular ESPN is not free. You understand what I'm saying? DAZN is not free. So YouTube is not free. You paying an internet bill to get YouTube if you watch a fight on tape delay or somebody upload or whatever. None of it's free. So we're paying.
The thing is, but bro, yes, we are paying. But I'm not trying to pay $49.99 specifically for Chris Areola and Andy Ruiz. That's my point.
Now I did that. Now I can't argue with you when somebody offers me a fight like that for that price. To me, that's a Triller fight, maybe $20. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
And that's a bro. And you know the thing that's crazy. If you're gonna pay for it,
let me fix it. Yeah, if you're gonna pay for it, you know what I mean. But it's right. Yeah, I agree with that. But listen, $40. I ain't mad at that.
Listen, the thing that's crazy, bro. This is the thing, and this is why I tell people all the time: remember your past history versus what's going on right now. You can a lot of times you can predict the future based off of what you've seen in the past, trends, patterns, things like that. Now, Vlog, stop me when I'm lying. When PBC first came out, nothing was on pay-per-view. Everything was free. The premium fights, all of that was free. What was the message? The message was we're trying to take pay-per-view out of the equation. Why was that the case? Because Canelo Alvarez was pay-per-view. They were trying to monopolize the game when they first came out. That is a fact. When that was not working, they started switching to pay-per-views when they're paying guys $1 million for 8-round fights and shit like that. Once the money start drying up and they start, and I love Al Heyman. I love Al Heyman and how he operates. He's the most shrewd businessman in the business, but he has burned many bridges in terms of networks and it's catching up with him. It's catching up with him. He had the Triller deal. He's not really dealing with Triller anymore. He had the HBO. He completely put HBO out of business. He put completely out of business. HBO went completely out of business. You had Spike TV. That deal ain't go through. You get a Fox deal, but the Fox deal is not full time. So now you done ran through 3 or 4 networks that you could have been using to put your fighters in to keep them active and keep them busy. It don't matter if you're paying a guy double what they worth. It don't matter if they fighting every 2 years. It don't matter if they fighting every 2 years. How you promoting the guy and he's on his couch for 16, 18 months? There's a lot more Gary Russells that got Gary Russell type activity on PBC than people want to admit. When the last time, how many times Jerry heard them fought since the J-Rock fight? How many times he done fought?
Look, bro. Speaking of this PBC situation, Rashidi Ellis liked a tweet that I found it was a tweet or Instagram post or something that I found very interesting. And he's a PBC guy. You know what I'm saying? Because in the tweet, I believe it was Boxing Junkie, or the Instagram post, I believe it was Boxing Junkie. So I'm going to give them credit. He said, he said, quote unquote, slave deal that Al Heyman has his fighters under. So I'm sure you read the caption. You didn't just like the little cartoonish post that he put it, but he obviously put his caption in and his thoughts with the duck post that he put under Spence. And he said slave deal. And I'm thinking, well, didn't Rashidi Ellis just sign with this dude? That's an interesting light. I'm just saying. I wonder how, and then I put in there, I said, I wonder how many other PBC fighters like this post. I really
bro.
do.
And
I found that
vlog.
interesting.
But I'm glad you said that though, because when you keep it real, when it comes down to whoever, if it's Bob Arum and his setup, and there's something I don't like about his setup, I'm gonna say it. But like Al Heyman's not exempt
I
because
agree.
he's black. Al Heyman's not exempt because he's black, and he's not exempt because I like PBC, bro. He has too many fighters, not enough slots. Period. That's just what it is. And it's a lot of these smaller dudes that's on PBC that's not getting any activity right now. There's a bunch of them that's not getting activity. If you were PBC and you're not one of their main guys, I would say maybe one of their top 10 guys, you'd be lucky to get one fight in a year and a half. That's a fact. You'd be lucky to get one fight in a year. Bro, let's run it down. Run it down. Spence is guaranteed to get a fight every year, right? He's guaranteed to get a fight every year. Wilder's guaranteed to get a fight every year.
You gotta have a front horse. I mean, but you gotta have a couple front horses. That's gonna keep your base crowd engaged.
Run them bases down. Wilder,
Garcia, Wilder. Because Danny been busy. Danny been getting fights. Because he's pandering to that Cruz. He been busy pandering to the Latin crowd, and obviously you want to feed all bases of boxing fans. So he's got his Latin crowd that he's pandering to with these fighters. Cruz, obviously Tank. You said and
that's 5, right?
It's getting Charlo. Charlo, that's
spot.
about their top 5.
That's a top 5, top 6. That's outside of
now Fundora. He's been busy.
Fundora's been busy.
It's a few couple little tinkling.
Hey, bro, is he busy? Is he busy because he one of them guys, or is he busy because it fits the price tag?
Both. Exactly. Because watch when he hold up, let me finish. When he becomes one of them guys, he might be on the shelf for 16 months.
Exactly.
Well, you want a title shot, right? You want a title shot, right? You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing where you gotta wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he might, once he becomes one of those guys, he'll get that one fight a year, stay busy, hold him out for the big fight. It's not gonna be good. So you can get pressed a little bit on there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, Al Heyman needs another full-time network. He needs another full-time.
This is probably one, bro.
Period. Yeah, but the thing
is,
quote
unquote, this is.
And the thing is like, do they even have the pockets? Do Black Prime Network even have the pockets to put together consistent fights throughout the year? It takes a lot of money to be a full-time person in boxing. It takes a lot of bread, bro. A lot of bread. Let me get in these comments because they're getting a little crazy. Let me get in these comments.
But let me say this. One thing we got to worry about with them, and there's one thing I complain about with ESPN Plus all the time, bro. The actual product, bro. If you having that buffering issue, the Zan, a few times over the years I've been having them, but not a lot. But ESPN Plus, that buffering thing, their technical base got to be sound for what we hearing fight investment is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So go ahead, my bad.
It got to be top of the line for sure. Modern King Boxing, he said, I found out that Black Prime has certain powers that are invested in Black Prime. Floyd has 2, and Floyd has 10 associates, and Crawford has 1. They definitely in the mix for sure. Fat said, what don't Al got his hands in? Yeah, Al got his hands in everything, man. Like, he not gonna get into nothing unless it benefits him at the end of the day, business wise. Modern King Jay-Z has 10. My bad, typo. No, I got you, bro. YSM said, I know for a fact that the president has been in contact with PBC brass. See, I like you, but you could, and YSM, thank you for that information. But you can put 1 and 2 together and figure Al Heyman was in contact with Black Prime, and he had some type of an affiliation. But let me say this though. Let me say this real quick. You can't tell me Al Heyman ain't know about that Terrence Crawford Avenesian thing. You can't tell me he didn't know about that. It's no way he didn't know.
I mean, but
there's no way he didn't know.
Knew, hold up. But again, if he knew, I think he's being smart and he's taking a step back and allowing that to happen so he can find out the value of that fight without having to pre-invest in the fight.
But
This is very
that's what I'm.
smart.
But I agree. That's very smart. But I'm going back to when that news initially came out.
Oh yeah. I mean, well,
People
they
didn't approve. People didn't approve of
insiders.
it. Yeah, people didn't approve of that move
That's.
until they found out Al Heyman might be involved.
I think it was the casual fan in them. You know what I mean? I don't think the casual fan understands some of the little small business nuances that are kind of made that you can kind of just nod your head and be like, that sort of makes sense. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be a financial genius to be like, yo, okay, they finding out what the investment is without investing in it first. You see what I'm saying? Agreed. That's just smart. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's smart. Al Heyman makes. I haven't seen Al Heyman make a dumb move. He made one dumb move in his career. One dumb move, and it's way back in the day, and I'm not gonna mention it. But he made one dumb move, in my personal opinion. But YSM also said well before Broner and Crawford. Okay. Don Puller in the building, man. Big shout out to Don Puller. Said good contact, bros. Keep on pushing, man. Appreciate you. YSM. And he said there is another difference between AB and Bud. Bud has more options on the table. Absolutely. Agree 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No doubt about that. We're not questioning that at all.
YSM. When you pander to a certain culture, you got to feed that certain culture a certain product. You know, we Black, we like our ghetto representatives. You got a great name in Adrian Broner, still a socially active individual. So I'm sure he's still got his own little pull as far as the social side of the game. And he might be able to bring a couple fannies to the streaming site. And I think it's a smart move. Again, I don't think it's the product that they're gambling on. They're gambling on the name. See, so you got to understand a little bit of the nuances. I'm sure they've seen his track record for the past 5 years. Yeah, this dude is not in there blowing nobody out the water.
Facts.
But he's active. Facts. He can still box. You see what I'm saying? He can still box. And for us as a community and a culture, I think he's still a sellable name. Let's take it like, let's do something like this. Say if he did something stupid. You telling me he wouldn't go viral right now? So why something positive that might be going on shouldn't be a viral move and shouldn't be, get people clamoring and anxious to see the boy again?
Bro, it's crazy because you don't have to necessarily be the best product to be the most popular product. And you don't have to. You really don't.
What's that old school fighter name? I know who. Ricardo Mayorga.
Ricardo Mayorga.
I wouldn't have paid to see this dude fight.
Because Ricardo Mayorga, he's not a good. He wasn't a good boxer, but he fit a niche,
that mold
that everybody
of
needed.
Entertainment.
A niche of entertainment that everybody needed. So when his name was attached, you knew you was getting a certain thing from him and people wanted to see it. Let me give you an example that's not boxing, but it's very relevant. Take Gilly the Kid, Wallow 267. They were Barstool Sports. Gilly the Kid is a rapper, right? He was a rapper. If you think about it, the only thing he did in rap was major figures and ghostwriting. That's what he was known for. Major figures and ghostwriting. So nobody's saying that Gilly the Kid was the hottest rapper in the world or he was ever top 10 or top 15. He may not even have been top 5 in Philly at no point. That didn't stop him from signing a $100 million deal with Barstool. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be the best product to be the most popular product, to be relevant. It takes a whole different monster to be relevant in these streets. And it's a unique talent. He's a prime example of that. And AB is as well. He can lose 20 fights in a row. When he gets on that microphone, people gonna listen. When he's on that screen, when Bud goes live, you might see 100 people in there. AB goes live is 1,000. And that's not because of skills inside of the ring. AB got it when it comes down to that. He's got it. He's still one of the top 10 most popular names in terms of when you see him, people are gonna flock because you don't know what you're gonna get from him. You don't know what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Fat said, do people really still want to see AB fight? Not, to be honest with you, not really. There might be some, but it's not a high demand. Though. It's not a high demand.
I think it's just about trying to load the platform with some names that's recognizable early, and then you can fill it in later with the real hardcore fights, the ones that's gonna count to keep the views coming because they remember that fight. So, oh man, such and such and them gonna be on there next month. Gotta tune in again, that sort of thing. So I think it's just just a couple recognizable names right now, respectable too, as far as
and let me
their
add
positions.
This. Vlog, let me add this too, bro. What Black Prime Network is doing is what every company that tries to get into a new business does. So when Rock Nation was trying to get into boxing, you got to make the splash move. It doesn't matter if the splash move is going to make you profit. You want to make the splash news, the splash move with the splash name. So Rock Nation tried to do it, didn't work. 50 Cent and G Unit tried to do it, didn't work. They got a couple guys, but it wasn't the splash names. You know what I'm saying? They got the Gamboas and stuff like that. But they weren't they wasn't the splash names. So Black Prime is handling business the way they usually handle it. And I gotta cook again on this, bro. And this is why I like getting on here, because Vlog and I don't pre-script none of this stuff. I literally call Vlog like, bro, we going on at this time. He like, all right, send me the link. So we are literally talking our way through this stuff live in front of y'all. This is the thing. So a lot of people saying like, oh, it's no way that Black Prime is gonna make any money off of this. They're gonna lose money, this, that, and the third. Vlog, correct me if I'm wrong. Was PBC not operating on a loss for the first 3-4 years of their existence?
Yeah, because a lot of the time the money is on the comeback. The money is not on the first product that goes out the door. The money is on the comeback. So they tend to be like that if you're making a big splash. So we gotta expect that from Black Prime too. That first quarter, second quarter, the numbers ain't gonna be looking great. But you tend to look at the viewership, you look at the consistency of people coming to the platform is what you're really counting on. So the comeback.
Exactly. Bro. You looking at the back end, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why when people was reacting like, oh, well, Bud and them, Black Prime, they gonna lose money on this, that, and the third. I'm like, Al Heyman was throwing on cards all over the place, bro, losing money. Half of the tickets he's giving away in comps. Like, this is facts, bro. This is facts. And I'm like, people don't understand how business works. You getting it, you might lose up front, but having Bud on your network is going to get you nice on the back end. You know what I'm saying? You're going to take your hit right now to be good on the back end. As far as Broner goes, you're going to take your hit right now, but you should be good on the back end if everything flow the way it's supposed to. This is just how business works. A lot of businesses don't operate, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of businesses operate in the red when they first start. That's just what it is, because you're trying to get the kinks out. Trying to get the kinks out. You're trying to find out what works, what doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? All Fortune 500 companies probably started out in the red. That's a fact. That's a fact. Black Prime ain't no different. They ain't and I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but they're operating like any other big company. You know what I'm saying? Fats laughing. Andre Southgate here listening. Big shout out to Andre Southgate, man. Go subscribe to his channel for sure. Fat said Al is Frank White. He knew about everything going down. Yeah, he like, yeah. That's a fact, bro.
What you say? A mouse don't move in the hood without a motherfucker knowing.
Exactly. Andre Southgate said Al knows for sure. Yeah, Al definitely knew about that Black Prime thing with Bud. Like, definitely. My boxing son Chris G in the building, man, said PBC needs other platforms to put their fights on, at least so their guys can fight more often. Exactly, bro. Exactly. They need slots. They need slots, bro. Even a PBC person, a person that's even a PBC person that's, you know, like they love PBC, love Al Heyman, love the network, all that's cool. But you have to admit they have a couple hundred fighters, couple hundred. These dudes are not active, bro. They're not active. And
Yeah,
the
they're
thing is,
not
and I'm
putting
not
on, even when
yeah,
they work, bro, they're not putting on 15 fight cards like that. You see, like that
yeah,
card we was gonna get from Ben and Eubanks,
that
that
was like
they're
10,
not
11
doing that
fights.
regularly. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that was
not
like
even
10,
doing
11
that
fights.
regularly. So they're definitely behind when it comes to the schedule of keeping these boxers active, keeping their names in front of us, so to speak. Like we
You
do a
gotta
lot
keep
of
them
keeping
busy.
these dudes active, talking about them on social media, posting about them, you know, interacting
Facts.
with them on social media. So we actually keep them more active than their actual promotion company. So
Facts.
like we doing our part. You know,
Yeah.
Al, the whole team, they gotta step it up. Hopefully, again, I do believe this is some backdoor inside tangled sort of situation. And I don't think it's illegal. You know what I mean? Long as, again, like I said, you can't prove that somebody's, you know, on that PBC payroll sort of situation where it's, you know, some sort of immorality as far as a business
I,
move with sending guys that you're
well,
contracted with to another quote unquote platform to fight on. It may be a loophole. Again, didn't we talk about loopholes yesterday?
yeah.
Didn't we
No,
talk about
facts.
boxing
Facts.
loopholes yesterday? This could be a
Facts.
loophole
Facts.
that's perfect for Al to get these guys, the J Rocks, get these, like I said, the Herds, these sort of guys that we like as fans, we just don't see enough. And maybe we might, you know, pay, you know, a couple dollars to see them more regularly.
I agree, man. And the thing is, like Chris G said, like PBC just need other platforms to put on their fighters, man. Like, cause it's like
You
even
know what I
down
feel
to the
like this gonna
prospect.
be?
Mhm.
I think this is gonna go from a per fight platform to a monthly joint like this. And if they're able to technically hold it and not, because I know even Triller had some buffering sort of things a couple 1-2 times. I was trying to look at some fights on there, and these was fights that had got uploaded by people. So I seen the buffering that they was taping with. I'm like, I'm glad I ain't paid for that shit. So, but even
Yeah,
with them, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
and
hopefully if they technically sound, they may be able to turn it over to what DeSantis is able to do.
I,
And then we can
and
really see these dudes more regularly without the per fight cost.
yeah, and the thing is, bro, and it's not just Black Prime. Like you got Pro Box TV. That's you got Antonio Tarver is a part owner of that. Paulie Malignaggi is a part owner of that.
I
Roy
follow
Jones is a
Tarver
part.
on IG.
Yeah, yeah.
On
Roy Jones
that.
is a part
It's a
owner of that.
Florida
You know
move.
what I'm saying? It's a Florida
It's a
move, like you know what
Florida.
I'm saying. But they have consistent cards, but they don't have the splash guy. Like my guy Cruz Hitman Stewart was on there not that long ago. You know what I'm saying? And there's some other guys they giving a look. And I like they setup. I'm not gonna lie. I like they setup. I think their joint is like $1 a month. Like I think I signed up for it and forgot I signed up for it. So just $1 comes out of my account every month. But Pro Box TV, like I like when Paulie and Tarver and Roy they on there, you know, talking that shit about different boxing topics. I rock with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just Black Prime. Al could probably send some fighters over there to Pro Box TV, but I don't know how much of a bag they got underneath them. There's other apps that he can use. He got to make some type of connection with some other apps to get his guys active, man. He got too many guys that's not active.
This is it.
Too many.
This is it. And to me, if this works to a certain extent, let's say it gives a good run for a year and a half, it could open up the door for the other ones that, you know, he can trickle down a few guys to keep those platforms elevated, keep those platforms busy. Some of these smaller promotions, sugar promotions, Thompson promotions, these sort of got RDR, they might be able to get some of their guys on a bigger, a visual platform than what they're able to do as far as like hometown crowds and things like that. So and that'll help to get them to that real pay-per-view level that everybody wants to get to, you know what I'm saying? Or at least get value for your product. You know what I mean? Because some of these Thompson fight cards and these other, man, some of these fights is fucking excellent fights, bro. And they're not getting the views that they deserve, bro. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this works, bro, to a certain extent, and it's a trickle down effect, which is always a good thing. Because the more boxing shit, the more I'm happy.
And that's really what it comes down to, man. Like, we're trying to open up more doors so we can see more PBC fighters fighting more often. This is not a knock against Al. This is not a knock against PBC. We're boxing junkies at the end of the day. We are boxing junkies at the end of the day. Like, we want to see as much boxing as possible all over the place. We want multiple options as far as us seeing boxing. Like, that's all we care about at the end of the day. Fat said, so if they don't make the Bud Spence fight, do Boots get a shot? Absolutely, he gets his shot. He's gonna get his shot whether Spence drops the IBF belt or not. He's gonna get his shot because after
Can I
Stanionis,
tell you?
he's next in
Can I
line.
call that fight right now?
Mm-hmm.
Can I call that fight right now?
Mm-hmm.
Boots Bataille for the IBF strap. That's what I see in the next year. Boots Bataille for the IBF strap.
I can see that. I can see that. And I know Bataille is coming off of a loss, but that's a solid fight. That's a solid fight for Boots. It's a solid fight for Boots. And a lot of people are shit on it because they don't know who Bataille is. Bataille a problem. It's just Stanionis.
Man, how you all know who was? I mean, Bataille had a couple of decent fights on one of the biggest promotions that's
Jamal
cracking
James,
in boxing. How
Jamal James?
Yeah, like how you don't know who Bataille is.
But bro, people act like
and
they
you
ain't know
gotta
who
know who he is because I call him Budabayev.
Yeah, and the thing is, people. But I say that because people act like they don't know. They didn't know who David Evanesian was, and I'm like, if you don't know who David Evanesian is, you're not a hardcore fan. You're not a hardcore fan. That's just facts. I'm laughing. Hold on, real quick, bro. Real quick. I'm laughing because there's people that I know are hardcore fans, and they act like they didn't know who Evanesian was because they didn't get Spence and Bud. Just because you didn't get Spence and Bud don't mean that you don't know who Evanesian is. Like, come on,
no,
bro.
they just had their horse blinders on, and they got locked. Yeah. They stalled for a second. Stall them out, bro. They don't hold it to them like that, bro. It's all good. But Evanesian is a respectable 147 guy. I rank him right up under like a Virgil right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as that second tier B, minus B level, B plus type of guy that I give Virgil like an A minus right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting him up there quite with the Spencers, quite with the Buds and the Bootses in them, but he's right there. You know what I'm saying? He definitely, his name recognizable. He's definitely the B side or A minus side in a big fight. So he's not a guy that's not bringing nothing to the table outside of a good record. You know what I'm saying? So again, Evanesian is a respectable guy, bro. You got to be a hardcore, bro, because I got a fight for you right now, bro. I think it's a very crucial fight in the featherweight division. It's got world title implications, and it's our guy, Mr. Upset himself, Kiko Martinez, going up against Jordan Gill. This dude, Gill, coming off one of the best fights in 2022. I mean, 2022, bro, because that was earlier this year, bro. I'm telling you, bro, y'all gotta watch it. It's on YouTube. Yo, that's gonna be that's a hardcore fight to me, bro. Like, that's how hardcore I am. Like, that's on my radar to be like, yo, what happened? Even if I'm not able to, sit down and watch it, should be on DAZN if I'm correct. But you know what I'm saying, I gotta check the schedule for the weekend. But if I ain't able to watch it, I'm definitely checking for it, and I might sprinkle a little bit of money on it. So check the Instagram, you know what I mean, for my betting on boxing posts.
Yeah, let me say that. Let me say this real quick, and it's a comment that YSM put up a little while ago earlier in the chat, and I'm starting to see it a little bit more. I'm gonna put it up. He said Broner's won one fight in 5 years, and he just pulled out of a fight because of mental health. I get Crawford being huge news, but AB nah. So you're starting to see that a lot. You're starting to see that opinion a lot on social media, that people are like, yo, this is not big news or anything like that. Like, they're really like down in it. And it's like, and if you feel that way, like, that's cool. But you got to ask yourself this question before he dropped out of the fight because of mental health. Just ask yourself this question. If Broner steps in the ring, are you watching?
Like, if you're not watching, bro, at a minimum, let me say this. If you're not watching live, at a minimum, you're checking for results.
You're checking
at a minimum. You're checking
that's
still a boxing fan. That's facts, still a boxing fan.
That's facts, bro. So that's what I'm saying.
Come on, YSM. Don't be so hard on the boy.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. But this is my thing, though. Like, the statement's not false. Like, yes, he's won one fight.
No, it's not.
It's not false. But let's not act like if Broner's not on your screen, you're not clicking it, or you're not checking for it, or you're not watching him fight, bro. Let's not do that. And the thing is, people are looking down on this, right? People were looking down on this. Now, how often did you hear this vlog when Eddie Hearn was trying to get him over on Matchroom? People was like, nah, they should hold on to AB. They should hold on to AB. If you felt this way about Broner, you should have let him sign with Eddie Hearn a couple years ago. You should have sent him across the street a couple years ago. Now, all of a sudden, oh, he's only won one fight in 5 years. Who is he? He's the guy that Al Heyman signed. When Al Heyman, he's under Al Heyman. He was the same dude that had one victory in 5 years when he was with Heyman. I ain't hear nobody saying like, yo, Al Heyman should drop Broner. Al Heyman should do this with Broner. Al Heyman should do that with Broner. Other promoters is trying to get Broner because they seen him sitting. And what Al Heyman say? Bro. No. He ain't say no for no reason.
Yeah, he was waiting on this power move right here, bro.
Exactly.
He's still gonna get his money out of him.
He's still gonna get his bread. I
bet you I bet you that check didn't even have Broner name on it. It probably had Al Heyman name on it.
Al Heyman probably got paid, and then Al Heyman's writing the check to Broner. That check probably went to Al Heyman, and Al Heyman taking his cut out, and then he signing the check for Broner. That's a fact. Man,
I'm saying. Like, no, yeah, I want to be a little bit gossipy. The boy might be in a lot of financial trouble. You know what I mean? We know how these cats do live above their means. So this is probably like a blessing in disguise for the young cat, man. And I mean, well, he ain't really a youngster no more, but I hope the bro really, do his thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I wish him well. I know I kind of been hard on him a little bit as a boxing fan, but you know what I'm saying? I do wish him well, and I hope he, you know what I mean? Just do the best he can, bro. Really take this opportunity seriously.
I'm hard on Broner because I had expectations. I just expect certain
high expectations
that I fuck with. Yeah, like I just expect things, man. Like, so I'm like, when you hard on somebody, to be honest with you, it's kind of a compliment. It's kind of a compliment.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
I've been a fan. I ain't gonna lie. I've been a fan. Yeah, like I just don't like some of the antics because I think you gotta outgrow that stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm like, people. I'm like, yo, like, if you're gonna point out, like, Broner's he's not a pound for pound fighter or anything like that. He ain't been that way for years. I'm like, but he probably got more views than probably most of the people that's on the pound for pound list.
Oh yeah, he's more recognizable.
Like, he's more recognizable than probably most of the people on the pound for pound list. Like, we're talking, it's two separate topics. It's his quality in the ring. Like, Bud wish he had Broner's type juice in terms of name. Bud just started getting cooking in these
value. His name has value.
His name has recognition, has shock value. And it's not shock value because of what he does in the ring. It's not because of what he does in the ring. Let me get these comments real quick, bro. You know we be cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? Chris G said the high ass guarantees the $5,000 fighters is PBC is why PBC lost money. Yeah, a lot of these dudes got high guarantees. But I heard through the grapevine he's coming down off them guarantees as well. So, which is going to cause conflict because
maybe that was maybe that was a way to ensure these dudes make these fights too. You know what I mean? Get these dudes geeked to really be active on the platform, make sure they train in and things like that. So a lot back in the day when they was making those sort of moves, it was probably a way to really, keep the fighter engaged because a lot of guys probably didn't believe in it originally. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, again, they were a new business at some point. So you know, expectations wasn't probably as high. So he had to get them higher by giving these dudes a bag up front. You know, I think he made it back by now, though. I do believe he's made it back by now. Because he's cashed me out for 100 a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm paying for his fights on my birthday. Like, what kind of shit is this? I should get this for free, bro.
Right. Chris G said, yeah, most PBC fighters fight less than once a year at this point. It's a real problem. Guys wasting their entire careers just on the shelf, signed to PBC. So, and the thing, that's the problem, Chris G. Like, it's just, it goes back to what we said. Like, it's just not enough slots. They got to create more slots for these guys. Chris G, my favorite boxer, signed to PBC, and it's extremely frustrating. He only fought once this year. Also, Boots only fought once this year, and he's not even a high guarantee. Chris G, this is what I'm talking about. You're not going to see David Benavidez.
Chris G, I know who you. Let me say this. I don't believe it's they just. I thought it was Abel Ramos was your favorite fighter. I really did.
Hell no, it's David Benavidez.
No, I know.
The ground.
I know. I'm messing with Chris. I'm messing with Chris. I mean, they both from the valley, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for
they
sure,
both from out my side. You know what I mean? So I'm fucking with you.
For sure. Fat said Broner frustrates me, wasted talent. Yeah, Broner, a lot of people are frustrated with,
but low-key Fats, low-key. Let me ask Fats a question real quick. Low-key Fats, do you still pull for him though? Like low key, you know what I'm saying? You still pull for him. You know what I mean? You don't expect that same level right now as you know, a supporter of his or a fan, however you want to categorize yourself. But I think we still pull for him to a certain extent. Because even in that Santiago fight, I'm like, bro, you can turn it on, bro. I'm like waiting for him to turn it on, even just for a half a minute in a round. Like he just never turned it on, bro.
Yo, I pull for Broner, but I learned a long time ago to tone down the expectations. I pull for him because my expectations are not
perfect way to state it. Perfect way to state it.
You know what I'm saying? YSM, he said Benavidez is coming back in January and Boots in December. Facts. I don't like Benavidez's opponent, but I think that's part because he's probably not gonna get what he wants at 68. He's probably going to move up to 175 to really make the marquee fights. That's going to really get him the notoriety and the pay that he wants.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Who does PBC have at 175? Is there a big fight at 175 on that for him? That'll line him up for a championship fight? You know what I'm saying? Like at 175, I don't think they beat.
He would have to send him across the street. He would have to let him. He would have to allow
him
to fight on other networks.
I mean, well, it would be for a title, so it's worth that. Yeah, you know that chance to be like, yo, you bring the title back, then you know we good. Then everybody got to come to us. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it might work. And then he's a guy that's been so stagnant. I don't think it's about streaming with him. It's just trying to get that right fight for him. If it's not going to be Canelo, it's got to be another champion.
So at 68, I mean, he's fighting Luzkatagi, which I don't really like the matchup, but some people do recognize the name, so I get it. Really outside of that, the only other people for him to fight is David Morrell or Canelo Alvarez at 168. There's really nobody else to really fight at the moment.
To me, Morrell not a big fight though. Morrell is not a pay-per-view fight to me.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that fight's not.
I think he's physically ready.
He's physically ready, right?
Yeah, it's not ready as far as this. Yeah, it's not ready as far as the value of it.
Yeah, ain't enough juice on.
Not yet. I think he needs Morrell needs to beat a plant. If he beats a plant, then you can really sell that fight. If he beats a plant, I think you can sell that.
But that's the only fight that's making
that they got for Plant
at 168. Yeah, it's Plant. Benavidez.
Yeah, that's the only fight they got for Plant.
Absolutely.
No. I'm thinking either the three in a big fight. Like that's just I gotta put David Morrell's name in there in that circumference of the three to make a big fight for PBC in-house. Obviously, a pay-per-view sort of
And that's the only
co-feature or something like that.
that's the only options they really have, unless they sign an Android and he moves up to 68, then that's another option. But right now, that's not
But
the
then you
case.
got another dude that's already you
Yeah.
gonna put this dude on the show?
But
Like,
that's
come
what
on,
I'm
he
saying.
already been
Like,
on the show.
it just goes back to what I was saying, man. Like, they need slots. They need slots, bro. They need slots.
What if they now ask me this? What if they added Boo Boo? What if they did a 3-fight deal with Boo Boo?
Bro, listen.
Who's not
If you're gonna,
contractually tied to anybody right now, from what my understanding. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's contractually tied to anybody. So that would be a great move, because you're filling slots in all divisions. You're giving us names in. Go ahead.
Can I say this real quick? No, that's cool. Can I say this about Andre, yo? Like, and a lot of people criticize Andre for initially signing on to Eddie Hearn. Initially, I'm not talking about the second time he signed. Initially, when you really look at it, bro, all of the people that was within his weight class that he could get a big fight with was on that side of the street. Like, PBC really had nothing popping outside of Charlo at that particular time. So I understood why Andre signed with Eddie initially. It was that second time when he doubled up. When he doubled up, that's when I was just like, all right, when you see you're not getting any of the marquee names over there, you're not a priority over there, so you got to get out of that. You know what I mean? But he signed again because he had the high guarantee. So, yeah, I think, and it really just, bro.
See, that's another situation for me. Like, people don't understand that. If you're in Andre's situation and you've already kind of see, okay, I'm not getting a big fight. There's no guarantee I'ma like the offer from Al, even if I go over there and discuss it. So there's no guarantee that it's even going to be a valuable offer. So why not take what you know is a guarantee and has obviously value to him and run with it? You know what I mean? Sometimes the path is not the brightest path, but it's still a productive path. Because obviously, y'all must don't follow him on Instagram. That's Mr. GQ himself. So you understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, he living okay to me. We're not getting maybe the product from the ring, but I mean, we've seen him. Dazan did give us to they gave it him us. We were able to visually put our eyes on him, which I doubt we would even got those fights from PBC, because their middleweight division is not deep at all.
Yeah, that's why I said I understood why Andre made the initial move, because on that side of the street, you had the Canelo Alvarez, you had the Triple G, you had the Billy Joe Saunders, you had like
Danny Jacobs at the time.
You had Danny Jacobs at the time. Like, there were more names, there were more opportunities for him to get a big fight over there than it was on the PBC side. So that's why he initially signed. The thing is, just Eddie Hearn failed him. Period. Eddie Hearn failed him. Like, and to be honest with you,
but let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Eddie Hearn failed all his American fighters.
Agreed.
Let's just keep it solid.
Agreed.
He failed all his American fighters.
Right, and that's why he kind of got out of the American realm, because he couldn't get the big fight for those guys. Like, you know what I mean? But it was a good solid 6-7 names that he could have got, and he got him one. He got him Billy Joe, but he failed him, because if Eddie Hearn was really riding with Andre, he should have told Billy Joe, yo, once you get off your suspension, is either you fight Andre or you on the shelf.
But no, they had the bigger offer from Canelo. They had the bigger offer. Why would he do that to Andre? I mean,
but that was way before, though. You got the times mixed up.
That
wasn't close. Yeah, that was way before.
Oh, okay.
Way before.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have definitely got that. Yeah, he definitely could have got that fight in. Let's move on with these.
That'd have been two majors.
For sure. Fat said, I still want him to win. He like that junkie you got love for that you want to see get clean. Yo, that's my guy, Fat, man. I love that dude.
Time stamp that one, man. Time, please, bro. Can we get that one up, bro?
Yeah, what's that?
Man, 119, man.
Minutes. Yeah, we got the time stamp that one, bro. Chris G. Benavidez at least possibly fighting in January against Uzcategui if anyone cares. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just
yeah.
It's not a
Okay, can I
good
ask you
matchup.
this?
Yes, sir.
I think it is. I think it is.
I don't think he lasts 5
Uzcategui
rounds.
is.
I don't think he lasts 5.
If it to me, it's to depend on how he bounced back from whatever he was using. That's to me, because I'm telling you, bro. Just as an example of what that shit can do to you, the boy from the UFC, his name is TJ Dillashaw. He was taking that shit that give you that give you like that energy during your actual event, whatever that shit was. It was famous little steroid, but whatever. This boy body breaking down, bro. He just came back in a fight the other day, and his goddamn shoulder fell out in the middle of the fight, bro, and he wasn't even swinging. Like, bro, so we don't know what this shit can do to these bodies. So to me, as far as the performance of Uzcategui, I think it's going to be how it, was he using that shit hella long? What was it? Something strong that could have bad side effects? Maybe not right away, but in a year. You know what I mean? We don't know, bro. So, as far as the physical matchup, I think it's physically a good matchup. The height, you know what I'm saying? So, defensively, he's not the soundest guy, but he's active. So, you know what I mean? Maybe he'll be trying to punch first to keep Benavidez a little bit more defensive. We don't know. I think it's a good matchup. It's an active matchup. It's a stay busy fight.
It's a stay busy
and we need
fight.
that, bro.
It's a stay busy fight. Yeah, no, he definitely needs
we
it.
Need that.
It's a stay busy fight that's not getting highlighted because at the end of the day, he's gonna end up, like there's not a lot of options, and it's really just about the options more so than the opponent, to be honest. Chris G, even if Benavidez moves up to 175, literally everyone is across the street for 175. So Chris G, no, that's 100% facts, and that's what we were saying earlier. Al Heyman might have to let a guy like David Benavidez go across the street like he did Danny Jacobs. It's just a better overall situation. If Al Heyman signs off on any fight that David Benavidez can get at 175, check it out. He can get a Zerto fight. He can get a Bivol fight. He can get a Beterbiev fight. He can get a Joe Smith fight. There's a bunch of dudes he can get at 175 if Al's willing to let him work. You gotta. He's not gonna let him work. So you may only get Benavidez maybe once a year or once every year and a half now, because what options do you have? If it's not Benavidez Plant, what are we doing? If it's not Plant or Morrell, what are we doing, vlog, with Benavidez? What are we doing?
Man,
in terms of bigger fights.
He might be wasted, kind of like a herd. Like you didn't really develop what's going on with this dude. Like I have him on my pound for pound list towards the back a little bit, just based on, I guess, missing that big fight currently, you know what I'm saying? So, but skill wise, he's definitely on the pound for pound list to me. But, that activity and the accomplishments, like we say, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of been unaccomplished here lately, and that's not his fault. We got to look at Al and them for that. So, again, your question stands. What are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. But that's why I'm like, people are highlighting Broner in this deal that he signed with Black Prime Network, and they're saying, oh, well, he only won one fight in the last 5 years. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But I'm like, PBC has bigger problems than that. You know what I'm saying? They got bigger problems than that. They have bigger problems than that. Way bigger problems than that. And it's just, people don't want to highlight the issues that they have because they're a fan of Al. It's no knock against Al. You just highlighting what's in front of us. We want to see the PBC fighters fight 2-3 times a year. That's what I want to see. I'm not cool with them. I'm not cool with seeing when Gary Russell was fighting once every year and a half, and he was only fighting his mandatory. I wasn't cool with that, bro. I wasn't cool with that. People was shitting on Bud because he was getting ready to go a year without fighting. I'm like, it's PBC dudes that go a year and a half, 2 years without fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, yo, we got to be even with the smoke. We got to be even with the smoke, y'all. You can be a fan of whoever, but you got to be even with the smoke. You know what I'm saying? If you're setting a 4-alarm fire, it got to be across the board. Don't set a 4-alarm fire in the living room and you don't set nothing in the kitchen or in the back bedroom. Let's keep it even. Let's keep it even across the board, yo. Straight up. T Finney in the building, man. Definitely family for show. Big shout out to T Finney, aka the legend. Salute. He said G5 and vlog. I didn't catch what y'all were talking about earlier, but what's this I'm hearing with Tank and Ryan in January? I won't believe it until they in the ring. So basically
the last
this
let me take a stab at this. The last hiccup, quote unquote, is the deal between DAZN and the deal between PBC/Showtime, who, from what I'm hearing, have never communicated well in the past when it came to possibilities of fights like this. This is a different realm. Both these fighters have a lot of clout. Both these fighters actually, from what they telling the public, probably telling themselves, they want to fight. It's a prove it fight. It's a legacy fight. It matters. And I think, somehow the big wigs, they gotta figure it out. They gotta 50-50. They gotta, I don't know, stream the first half on DAZN, stream the second half on, I don't know, bro. They gotta work it out, bro. Somehow, some way, they gotta work it out.
I hate
that's the last hiccup from what I'm hearing.
I hate to be negative, yo. That shit ain't happening, bro. That shit's not happening. It's for the exact reason you just said, man. Like, it's the network. Like, there's no, like, Tank is exclusive to PBC and Al Heyman, and Ryan Garcia is exclusive to Oscar and DAZN, which means some network is going to have to sign an exempt form. They're going to sign an exempt form, and neither one of them are doing that. Like, so Tank is considered the A side, so he's not going to do it. So that means it's going to have to be Ryan Garcia, and DAZN is going to have to sign an exempt form. When has DAZN signed an exempt for they got to go across the street? We just ran through this situation, bro. We just ran through this situation with Charlo and Munguia. And the reason why Charlo and Munguia didn't happen is because neither one of the networks wanted to sign the waiver to let their guy go across the street. I feel like a pastor today, man. I need a Bible,
man, bro.
I need a Bible.
I'm just saying. I think, bro. You got to be optimistic sometimes when it comes to these super fights. We lost the optimism with Spence Crawford, but I think it's momentary. I think this is a business decision that was made that they need to know the numbers, because I know that was a big part of before, during original contract talks, or the midst of it, a few months ago, we discussed, sales, things like that. And is the fight has any value? We understand it has historic value. It has bragging rights value. It has value to each fighter. But money-wise, that was the heart, and that's what these business dudes talk about. They don't care who really goes home with the belts, and be all honesty. Let's just be in all honesty. So this is a way for them to find out the value. Smart business move. With this situation, though, bro, I mean, you got to find out, if you're DAZN, if you're Showtime, what are you losing? You can't look at it as what are you going to gain. You got to look at it as what are you going to lose if you don't allow this to happen. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. You cannot look at it as like, yo, I'm trying to make $30 million. I'm trying to make $100 million off this fight. No, you got to look at it as like, I might lose $25 million on this fight.
Right.
By not allowing it to be streamed over here. You know what I mean?
And vlog. And it can be done, right? It can be done. Like Danny Jacobs, he was fighting on the other network so much you almost forgot he was signed with Al. Am I lying? Am I lying?
With Matchroom for a minute.
You thought it was a Matchroom, right? Matchroom. Right. Like, he's Al. Like, he's Al. He's always been Al. You know what I mean? Like, so he's always been Al Heyman, right? He's always been Al Heyman, but he's been letting them float across the street so much that he's letting him eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's letting them eat, but Al can do that with other fighters as well. Like when you got fighters and it's just a dead end, as far as just like, to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it real. He should let Wilder go make whatever money he want to make. If he want,
I
he
mean,
can let him
I
go. He
think
can
he
let him
might.
go to fight AJ. He can let him go to fight Usyk. He can let him go to fight, if he wanted to fight a F.A. Ajagba or Jared Anderson, whoever. Like, there's no action over at PBC. Like, and I don't care what anybody says, man. Like Andy
In his
Ruiz is the only
situation,
fight
Jeff,
they got.
and in his situation, I think he's earned that. In his situation.
Agreed.
It's not like you losing him. You're giving him the opportunity to make probably more than you're able to give him for the particular fight, or what you're willing to pay that opponent to come to your side of the street. So why take that opportunity from him just based on the fact of what he was able to do for the platform to really, you know what I mean, like put a cap on its popularity, you know what I mean? Because he got his crowd, bro. Let's be honest. He got his crowd, and his crowd follow him. And I think that following did PBC a lot well in their pockets. That's all I can say. I know for a fact I done paid for a couple pay-per-views of Deontay Wilder. One I got as a gift from my guy, the Guru G5. Big salute, you know what I mean? But the second one I paid for.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying though. Like I hope, just to wrap this up, bro. Like, I'm hoping that PBC opens up to more networks. So I'm hoping Black Prime will be a long-term relationship going forward. I hope they link up with a Pro Box TV so they can get some of the guys some open slots. I don't know if they're gonna re-up with Fox, so I don't know what that situation is, but hopefully maybe they can put some fights together, like, I mean, really pack some real cards together when the NFL is not playing. You know what I'm saying? And really pack them slots, because they be looking for slots, you know what I mean, when the NFL not playing. So I think that's an open lane. I think PBC got to open up more lanes on the highway, let the cars drive. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Right now it's really one-way traffic. Because even down to the prospects, bro, there's really only about 4 prospects that they really pumping on a regular basis. It's only about 4.
That's true too. Top Rank got that locked down.
Top
I want to talk about them today, but
Top Rank
but maybe we can get them tomorrow.
We can get on them. We can get on them
We can
tomorrow.
get
Like, but Top Rank got it. They highlight
They
dudes
stack.
every chance they get. They stack, bro.
And they stack
really on
for real.
And right, and on PBC
and all weight classes too.
All weight classes. And the thing
It's
about
terrible.
PBC and their prospects is they're not pure prospects in their traditional sense. And I would say probably only one.
They're not that good. Let's be honest. They're not that good. The Milnickies.
Because I was like, Vito's the only one that you would still consider like prospect-ish. You know what I'm saying? But you take like a Joey Spencer. Joey Spencer should have had step-up fights. And I like Joey, but he should have had step-up
But let's
fights.
be honest. It's because he's not that good, and they don't want to waste what value he has by throwing them to the fire.
Do you think they're not giving an opportunity because they're not really confident in his skills?
Yes, that's facts. That's facts. There's no cap on either guy. They're just guys that they want in that lane, but they're not. I don't really see either of them as a future champion, and I don't think they bought to the network as that to be developed as a future champion. I think the same thing was with Fundora. I think he was a project. Let's see how the fans react to him. Let's see what he actually does in the ring under the big lights. He showed up, showed out. Now he might turn into that guy that ends up on the shelf because of that. But with Spencer and them, they're guys that you use them as fillers, and they bring a certain group of eyes to the card, and that's what they're there for. And they, you know what I'm saying? And that's no cap on them, bro, because you gotta have balls to get in there. You got to be a solid dude to get in there. And I'm not disrespecting them, but we do, you know, kind of rate these guys and evaluate these guys to a certain extent. And I just don't see either one of those guys as a future champion. So they don't have the slot of guys like Top Rank has that we can pick maybe 3 out of the 8 to 10 guys they have and say, there's your future champion right there. And this is after what, 5, 6, maybe 7 fights. These dudes is at 10 plus fights. And we still haven't really seen that. So we know what they're there for. And that's not good if you're not going to develop the next generation of guys. Who's going to come after the Charlos in middleweight and junior middleweight? You got to have that. You've got to give them the light too. And then a lot of the dudes, bro, they don't even give them the television time. It's pay-per-view. The cameras are there. Why are they not on television? Like that doesn't make any sense. How you got an undercard on a pay-per-view joint that's not being televised? That absolutely makes no sense. And they've done it before. And I don't know, bro. I think they scared of their youngsters. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I mean the main ones is really the ones that's really being highlighted is Vito Milnicki Jr., Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee is another one
again
that's being highlighted.
Another guy.
You got to question the
product.
Yeah. But then you got
that's what I said. You got to question the product.
Yeah,
bro.
Those
and
really the only 3.
We talking about other guys.
Am I missing anyone?
Nah, we got other guys on other platforms that are more accomplished in their amateurs than these guys have been in their pro careers thus far. And one of these dudes got a knockout ratio that's bananas. But bro, who you knocking out? And then we got to look at what happened to you in your last fight. Credit, you got up. But bro, you was face down.
Big shout out to Brandon Lee, man, for getting up from that shot, man. Like that was a money shot with $2 signs on it. That was a money shot for real, bro. But the
got a little extra time, but you know,
the thing is, Brandon. But the thing is, with Brandon Lee though, Brandon Lee is in a division that may be the most stacked in the sport. 140 may be the most stacked division in the sport. Period. It may
too dangerous to move him. Too dangerous to move him right now. Then you're gonna lose a certain. Lose a certain genre of eyes. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this dude ain't for real," and that group of people know who I'm talking about. So you know what I'm saying. I don't know if they're that guy that supports their guys win or lose. I think they like that front runner guy, and he KOing people, and you know, looking like the karate legend and all of that. And that's everything is good, but he get out there and get smacked up by the wrong dude, it's not going to be good. It's just not going to be good. But they moving them dudes correctly right now.
They moving them hella slow though, hella slow, and you got to question how much they actually believe they like the goods, because the way it's way different on the Top Rank side, the way they moving Keyshawn. And,
but I think they getting these guys twice a year though. Am I correct? This Regan, since he signed with them, this is third fight. This Duke Regan's third fight. Tiger, this is second fight.
Duke.
I think
they moving them pretty good. Yeah. Duke. See, the thing is, I'm like
better.
They're moving them
than average. Let's say that
they're moving them better than average, and then the consistency in which you're seeing them. The more you put them, the more you flash them on your screen, the more popularity they're going to gain. Like. You gotta flash.
And look, check this out.
So you got
the cost to see this young talent is not as high as some other platforms.
Exactly. So
we want to see the same young talent on. Yeah, we want to see this same young talent on a decent card with another recognizable name. That's going to cost us some money. That's a wilder card. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just say like a Ford. If you wanted to see a Ford on a wilder card, it might cost you a little money. You're like, damn, is the youngster worth it? These guys, it's not costing us a lot. It's like $10 a month for ESPN Plus. Yeah. So shit, if you're giving it to me 2-3 times a year, and they first couple, I'm content with that.
Bro, you got.
But I'm liking. Let me give a big shout out. Let me give a big shout out to the young boy Schofield from that Dezan platform, bro. He called the boy out after his little victory this past weekend, and
we call out.
He said he ready. He called out Keyshawn. He called out Keyshawn. Yeah, he called him out. I like that move, bro. I like that move. Young boy named Kid Austin. That's his nickname. Young cat, he nice. He nice.
Listen, and the reason I'm familiar with Schofield is because you know who guided his basically his career up to this point?
Nah,
Rick Ross.
I know you. Oh yeah, that's right. That's who I saw the damn post under was goddamn Rick Ross. That's right.
Rick Ross. That's a fact. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So that's what I'm saying.
Family friend.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, so you got, for instance, right? So on top rank side, on the prospect aspect, is you have your Keyshawn Davises, you got your Dukes, you got Shushu. I love Shushu. You know what I'm saying? Like you got guys like that, and you're seeing them multiple times a year, and you don't have to wait for that $70-$80 pay-per-view to go see them. Now, on the PBC side, they just don't have enough slots. They're putting their guys in on multiple cars. Like you see Joey Spencer and Vito Milnicki on a lot of different cars. Let's not get it twisted. But the thing is, it's a difference because you seeing them may come with a little price tag. You know what I'm saying? But you know with Shushu and them, they're gonna be on the app. Like even if it's like a Raymond Ford who was basically the zone, basically, you know you're gonna see him on the app. And you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. We need PBC to start opening up other lanes, man, so they can get their guys as much exposure as possible. It's cool that they paying these guys premium dollar and all that, but you gotta put them in the ring more often to actually promote your product. Yeah,
you gotta have some value for what you're paying. What are you getting back in value?
And this is the perfect analogy, in my opinion. Like you take like take like a Lamborghini. Like a Lamborghini is a $200,000-$300,000 car. So you would think they're the most they're the ones that's getting the most money. Actually, it's Toyota. It's Toyota. It's Toyota. Because they're the ones. It's the goddamn it's the Toyotas. It lasts the longest. It's cheaper in price, and you got more people coming to it. You know what I mean? Like if you treat everybody like paying everybody like a Lamborghini.
Bro, I guarantee you get 300 starts out of Lamborghini. You get 300 starts, bro, and issues.
And it's the thing, major. Bro. And the thing is, bro, people would listen to this and they'll be like, yo, G5, he anti-PBC or he anti-Al Heyman. I'm like, no, I'm pro-PBC. I'm pro-Al Heyman because I'm trying to tell him to open up some more goddamn slots so I can see some more of his fighters so I can actually spend more of my time and more of my money to put in his pocket. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so we trying to help him out. I'm trying to help him help us. You know what I mean?
Bro, I told you we be paying for this, bro. Act like we just up here talking without being invested in the product, bro. We are not talking as outsiders. We're insiders because we're first of all paying fans, second of all knowledgeable voices in this boxing world, despite what some fighters may think based on reading your bio. You understand what I'm talking about? And that fighter know who he is. That being said, you know what I mean? I think, like I said, man, earlier, we are paying fans at some point with our time. You understand what I'm talking about? Which has value to us and may not be to these promoters, to these fighters, but that time has value to us. So use that time wisely.
And disclaimer, at the end of the day, I'm like, we are pro Al Heyman. We are pro PBC. Oh, yeah. We are evaluating PBC and Al Heyman just like we
from
do
a business,
every other network, from a business perspective, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to turn a blind eye just because I like Al. I love Al. Like, you know what I mean? I love Al. I love PBC.
That's Uncle Al, baby.
Uncle Al, baby. Al Heyman is everybody's favorite uncle. Listen, Al Heyman is everybody's uncle. Everybody uncle. You know what I'm saying? He don't pay no child support, no nothing. He's everybody's uncle. You know what I mean? We love Al over here, man. We just trying to get things right. We gonna get through these last couple and get up out of here, man. We going on like 2 hours and shit. Chris G said those Katsuki is Plant leftovers. Plant just fought Benavidez leftovers. Now we will see Benavidez against Plant leftovers. It's the lack of names at that weight class for for
Chris. That's why I
PBC.
said them three names. You can eventually have a super fight that can fill these future pay-per-view cards that you're developing, and I know that they're working on. So they might be ahead of me when I bring those three names up. But I see the next pay-per-view fight is Plant versus Morrell. You give Benavidez this low-key fight, Showtime sort of fight, keep him busy. He gets that winner on a major platform. Then he can really call out the 175 guys. You know what I'm saying? Or really truly stand on calling out Canelo. Like, look, man, it's clinked up over here, bro. I'm the only option for you. You got to come back and do something.
You know, it'd be a good name to throw in the mix, though. Jesse at 68.
I mean, is he tied to anybody right now?
Nah,
is he affiliated with somebody that's affiliated to BBC?
Nope.
I mean, well, that's a good name, a filler name. That's a filler name. That's a great name to bring over there to fill that up. You see what I'm saying? You got to fill that up, bro, with a fresh face. A capable name, too. It's a capable name.
Absolutely.
That's a capable name.
Hart,
I don't like him against Plant. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like him against Plant.
But the thing is, though, with that fight, there was two recognizable names. You throw that in the Barclay, you probably selling you getting a good amount of seats filled in that joint. Like, imagine that joint in Atlantic City, bro. Imagine that joint in Atlantic City. That joint gonna pop. That thing will pop.
Yeah. I give you that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a great name. Great name.
They need names like that for sure. Chris G. Andre was getting overpaid by Hearn. That's why he signed again. That's a fact. Bro. That's why I was saying, like,
that was a business move.
It was a business move.
The business move. It had
to. Oh man, bro, we was talking about you at the beginning of the show, man. Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More, man. Said what it do, man. Big shout out to Michael Johnson, man. That's family for sure. You know what I'm saying? We was cooking on that.
Yeah, man, Mike, I had to go.
Twitter, bro.
Yeah, I had to go ham on your guy, man. I stopped talking reckless in these streets like that, bro. Like I told him in my comment, humble yourself, Playboy. Humble yourself.
Yeah, Chris G said, I wish PBC would show all their fights like the Zone. The Zone got like 4 to 8 fights every card. PBC got like 2 or 3 max. LOL, I've seen a full PBC card in person. They should really air the whole thing. So this is what happens, bro. So I will say this, Chris G. They will put on an entire card for their like the lower level fights. But the thing is, they'll have it on a different network. I don't think they do a good enough job in actually telling people where that beginning show is going to be.
They've only done that. Jeff, they've only done that a couple times. And then second of all, nobody has hard body cable like that anymore. Everybody is on their computers, tablets, phones, and they have apps. So he has to divert from that way of splitting the card up. And I know what you're saying, but they don't really do it that often either. These cards are just not being televised in general. It's more leaning to not being televised than to the ones that are televised. Let's just say it like that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's something that they need to address, because you could look at, so for example, you could look at a card. If you look at it on BoxRec, it looks like it's a monster ass card of like 11, 12 fights, but it's actually only maybe 4 fights on the primary card, and those other 7 or 8 is on some other card being streamed somewhere else, and it's not really clear where it is. You got to be a hardcore to know where them fights are going to be on that particular night. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you're not a hardcore fan, if you in BoxRec, it might be one of those places you're looking, you're thinking you're getting all of those fights all on one card. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, you got to put it out there for the people, for the hardcores, and you got to put it out there for the people that's just getting introduced to boxing, or they knew, like, you know what I'm saying? They wet behind the ears, you know what I mean? Like, you got to spell it out for people. These fights are going to be on this card on this day. This is basically, you know how UFC got their prelims, but you know exactly where the prelims are going to be. That's exactly what PBC needs to do. A lot of times they're not clear on where their prelims is going to be. They can steal that from the UFC though. They can steal that from the UFC for sure. Their prelim fights before they pay-per-view starts, you know exactly where they're going to be. exactly where they're gonna be, and they be good fights too. I ain't gonna fraud. They be good fights. Michael Johnson said, "Who?" He said, "Oh, that dude." I figured to go back and look. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's talking a little. He's talking a little spicy. You know what I'm saying? But man, we gonna close this thing out, man. Hour 50 minutes strong. Definitely a couple sound bites out of this joint, man, for sure. You know what I mean? But this was a good one, bro. This one was a good one, man. Bro, give them your social media, bro. And please let's get on this link thing. So we can handle this tomorrow. We just forgot. But go ahead, bro.
Check me out, man. You know, I'm doing my betting on boxing posts. I'm giving y'all these odds early in the week. So, you know, y'all can put y'all parlays together. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to do some homework so y'all ain't got to do a lot of study where you want to drop your coins at. So tap in with me on Instagram, boxing, #1 STVLOG. Rock with me over on Twitter at BoxingVlog. And obviously on YouTube, you see the link. And I'm putting up posts on YouTube too. You know what I mean? My lanes, couple picks. You know, I've been doing okay, batting about 500 in boxing right now. A couple of my underdogs for the last couple of weeks ain't fared too well, but I ain't lose a bag on them. So that being said, though, the wins will be posted, so you guys will know I'm doing okay, and it's not just just talk. You know, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So y'all can do the same and tailgate me, and we can get to this bag. So that's what it's about. These fighters getting paid. I'm trying to get paid too.
Absolutely. Chris G said Showtime been on YouTube last few to air their prelims. Yeah, see, Chris G, that's the thing, man. Like, I know that, you know that, because we're hardcores. They gotta make that clear to the people that's not hardcores. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's a good thing that they're doing. They put it on Showtime, they put it on the app, they put the the prelims on the
They put
app.
them on Fox Sports too. That's the cable
Yeah,
joint.
they'll put
Gotta
them
have
on there
cable.
as well. Yeah, they put them on there as well. So it's really just about telling people where it's gonna be, where it's gonna go down at. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we was trying to say, man. But you can catch me all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5 Jeff TV. Uh, as far as the website, we I gotta do I gotta get some preliminary things done with it, just in terms of keeping it updated. So that's something that I have to address in terms of who is going to actually do that. Um, you know what I'm saying? And definitely go check out Boxing First Vlog on his YouTube channel. Definitely give him a sub. Follow him on his social medias. And boxing is hot right now, man. So we definitely gonna put in the work. We're gonna do what we need to do on our end. I'm really feeling this later start time. I just feel like we get more eyeballs live. It seems like it's less views as far as the replay, but we're getting way more play during the actual show. So I would say that's probably the biggest difference between going on the time we've been going on the last 2 days versus us going on. I think it was about like an hour, maybe 30 to 45 minutes earlier. You know what I'm saying? So things is working out pretty good, man. But definitely follow us on social media, man. Like we definitely be chopping it up on there, man. But we gonna be back tomorrow. Something gonna pop up. Something gonna
Yeah,
happen
we're gonna break down
between
this
today and
card,
tomorrow.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
break
break
down
down
this
this
top
card. We're
rank.
gonna talk prospects, rank these
Yeah,
prospects again.
yeah, we're gonna talk all of this stuff tomorrow and definitely go from there, man. I don't know what's up with the spam, bro. I got like spam like all
The bots,
in my
man, they
comments,
attracted
man.
to this good boxing talk too, bro. Them bots attracted to this good boxing talk.
Yeah, for sure, man. So listen, on behalf of Boxing First Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless, aka Mr. 1K, VP Shane as well, aka Ice Cool Shane, and your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. This was episode 138, 138 of the Goodfellas podcast. 139. I'll be back at you tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. Peace.